Namaste. Welcome to another interesting episode of Bhojana Katha. A dessert after a meal is something that the Indian households cannot resist. The sweet may vary from state to state, region to region, but all of us know that India is a land of so many festivals to break the monotony of life. And there is no festival without offering sweet as Naivedya to the Lord. So there is immense importance given to sweets in this country. So today we're going to take up an irresistible sweet, the Rasagolla or Roshagolla. Interestingly, two states in India claim the Rasagolla to be theirs. The Bengalis claim that Rasagolla originated in Bengal, while the people of Odisha say Rasagolla is theirs. Both claims are valid, and we will explore those stories today. Isn't it true that when we say the word Rasagolla, we immediately connect it to West Bengal? Yes, Bengal has popularized this sweet all over the country, but Odisha has a legendary story connecting its land to this sweet. According to the Odians, this sweet was made out of cottage cheese and it was originally called Kheera Mohanna, and later it got its name Rasagolla. One of the earliest mentions of Rasagolla is found in the epic called Dandi Ramayana, which was composed by Balarama Dasa, and he was a great Odia poet. This was written in the 15th century and it's a version of Valmiki Ramayana retold in the local language. So in this literature, it is mentioned that Rasagolla is offered to Lakshmi Devi by Lord Jagannatha during a ritual called Niladri Bijay. So there is an interesting story to that also, why this custom is followed till date in the temple. When we speak of Lord Jagannatha, we cannot miss recalling the grand and traditional 9-day Rath Yatra that happens in Puri every year, correct? So the wonders of this lovely divine Rath Yatra, its stories, the customs connected are all covered in detail by Gurucool Fund in another video. Do watch it. Link is given in the description. Legend goes that Jagannatha with his siblings Balabhadra and Shubhadra visit their aunt at Gundicha Mandir after they recover from their ill health and they have been quarantined for some time in the Anasara, and after all that they go on this Rath Yatra. All through the 9 days of the Yatra, there are celebrations and lakhs of people gather to pull the chariots. So, after the brilliant festivities, after the gala time, Lord Jagannatha comes back home to Puri Jagannatha temple. All this time, the siblings had fun chilling with each other outside the temple while Lakshmi Devi, Lord Jagannatha's consort, waited at home. Lakshmi Devi locks the temple gate known as Jai Vijay Dwar and stops Jagannathji from entering the Sanctum Sanctorum. So, isn't this something that we see in all our households? When the husband is coming home late and he doesn't bother informing the wife is very upset, angry. So, it is the husband's turn to actually appease the wife with some gifts, and he might foresee the problem at home and buy something that his wife likes. So, our Jagannathji is no different. Lord Jagannatha made this lovely sweet Rasagolla specially for his dear wife Lakshmi Devi to pacify her. This ritual where he offers the sweet is called Bachanika, and it is part of the Niladri Bijay, which means arrival of the Lord. So to this day, Rasagolla is offered to the goddess after the Rath Yatra before entering the temple. There is also a folklore that explains the origin of the sweet. So Pahala is a village in the outskirts of Odisha's capital city, Bhubaneswar. This village had many cows and the villagers always had excess milk, more than sufficient. When something is in plenty, we don't really value it, right? So when the milk was in plenty, what did the villagers do? They did not value it and they threw it away. The excess milk was spoiled and wasted every day. So once this priest of the Jagannath temple saw this, and he was deeply hurt and pained. He decided to innovate. He taught the locals how to curdle the excess milk, and when milk gets spoiled, it has a natural bad odor. So we cannot make anything useful out of that. But when we curdle milk artificially, we get cottage cheese. This is also called chenna back there. And another word for it is paneer. So the priest taught the villagers to make Rasagolla and chenna poda, another famous Odian sweet. And Pahala village became the biggest market for Chenna based sweets, including Rasagolla. Even today, there are culinary experts who say that the origin of Rasagolla is West Bengal. They claim that Kolkata has been the home to this sweet right from 1868 till date. Nobin Chandra Das opened a sweet shop in 1864 in Jorashanko. He soon ran out of business as he was selling the regular sweets which are available at every other shop. So he wanted to do something different. He wanted to innovate. So he started to experiment with chenna balls in sweet syrup. He faced many failed attempts because the balls either hardened or they broke and they were never in the right consistency. Finally, after many attempts, he made the Rasagolla, which soon became popular all over the state. Even Rabindranath Tagore was very fond of Dasa sweet. Especially during Durga Puja, there is maximum consumption of Rasagolla. The experts say that Chappan Bhog is the main prasadam offered at the Jagannath Puri temple, but Rasagolla does not feature in that. Therefore, Rasagolla couldn't have been native to Odisha. The other side of the argument goes that many Odia cooks were employed by the Bengali families in the 18th century, and this could have been the reason why this dish became synonymous with Bengal. Another theory goes that Bengali tourists who must have come to Puri should have carried the recipe back home and made it famous there. There is also a theory that the Portuguese brought this cottage cheese with them when they first landed in India. But this has been disproved because this mention of Rasagolla is there in many literature of Odisha right from the ancient times. You might think all these arguments and stories and theories are all from the past. But surprisingly, the claim to Rasagolla is still going on. Whom do you think got the GI tag for Rasagolla? West Bengal or Odisha? GI tag is provided by the Government of India to that region where the authentic origins of a product lies. The answer is both. In 2016, West Bengal government applied for the GI tag for a Bangla Rasagolla, and this was the Bengali variant of it. They claimed that the variant was different in its color, texture, taste, the juice content, the method to manufacture it. This application was accepted and granted in 2017. In 2018, Odisha applied for the GI status for the Odisha Rasagolla, and they got it in 2019. So this sweet belongs to both the states. So how is this lovely sweet made? Milk is curdled with lime water and the water and whey is drained out with a cloth. The chenna is kneaded and rolled into small balls, not too tight, not too loose. Sugar water is boiled in a vessel. Cardamom and rose water are added to flavor the liquid, and when the water boils well, the balls are dropped in it and it is cooked on low heat and the vessel is covered. Though it might seem very simple, making good Rasagolla is an art. The Rasagolla from Odisha is usually cream in color and it is served at room temperature. In Panhala, Rasagolla is served hot. To enhance the flavor, sometimes the Rasagolla is embedded with a single cashew or raisin or cardamom seed, and sometimes orange extract is added to the syrup, and then this dish becomes Kamala Bhog. Nolen good Rasagolla is made with palm jaggery, especially during the winters. Be it from Bengal or from Odisha, this spongy delight from the east of India has won the hearts of sweet lovers from across the globe. Jai Jagannath Ji, Jai Durga Ma.